Hello, everybody. I'm going to get started in a couple minutes. If you are watching right now, I'm live on Twitch and on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. Told people 6, so I'm going to wait a couple minutes before I actually start my draft here. Hey there, Toph. Let me see if I can make you an admin. Almost there. All right, it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to get started. Welcome to my first M20 set draft. Here we go. Alright, let's see what we've got here. A rare Villas. It's really powerful, but it's really expensive. Ember Hauler, I think, is pretty good. Loyal Pegasus can be good in the right deck. I think Boneclad Necromancer is pretty good. And Winged Words. Leafkin Druid seems very good, and Chandra's Outrage seems very good. I think it's between those two right now. Leafkin Druid or Chandra's Outrage. I think Chandra's Outrage is the better card, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that one. The Spectral Sailor is a pretty good card, so you draw some extra cards. One of Evo's Isles also good. I think the Spectral Sailor is probably a little bit better. But those are definitely the best two cards on the pack. So I'm going to go with the Spectral Sailor. Got the uncommon Chandra. She pumps elementals, adds mana, she shocks things twice. That seems pretty good. Shock is always good. I think Blood-Soaked Altar can be good, but you have to have the right deck for it, I feel like. So I think I would take Chandra over it, especially given that I already have an Outrage. Nothing else really stands out to me, so I'm going to go with this Chandra. Alright, we've got Pulse of Marasa, which is fine. Wolf Rider's Saddle, which also seems fine. Winged Word seems pretty reasonable, and I already have a blue card. Keldon Raider seems fine, and it's in red. Reckless Airstrike seems like a fine sideboard card. Rugged Highlands seems fine if I decided to go into green or splash for green. I think I'm going to go with the Winged Words. I already have a blue card and a flyer, and I wouldn't mind being in some sort of blue-red spells type deck. Maybe blue-red elementals, something like that. Alright, the best card here seems like Rabbit Bite. Dawning Angel seems pretty good too. I don't think I'm in for Goblin Ringleader. My deck doesn't look like it supports it. And then there's Keldon Raider. So I can pick Keldon Raider to be on color, or I can pick Rabbit Bite because it's just the better card. I think in this case I'm going to take Rabbit Bite. It's so much better than Keldon Raiders that I'm willing to speculate on it. So I'll take that. Okay, so this Lavakin Brawler fits into an Elementals deck, which I still have outs to go. Chandra helps that deck. I think Sorcerer of the Fang's fine, but I'm nowhere near black, so we'll skip that. Goblin Bird Grabber can be fine. I only have one flyer right now. I think I like the Lavakin Brawler better. The Lavakin Brawler also has outs with that 2/2 Haste Goblin that you can tap to make something with power 2 or less unblockable till end of turn. Seems like a pretty sweet combo. So I think I'm going to go for that. These Keldon Raiders just keep coming around. So Keldon Raiders is definitely better than Fire Elemental, but Fire Elemental is an elemental. And I currently have 2 cards that care about elementals, although Chandra only sort of counts. I think Audacious Thief is quite good. So Audacious Thief is the best card. Evolving Wilds could help me go 3 colors if that's where I end up. I think I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds. I think that Teamer is more likely, elemental decks are more likely to want to be Teamer, and so I might actually be 3 colors. So I'm going to go with the Evolving Wilds. Well, none of these seem very good. Unsummon's okay. I think it's probably just the best card left in the pack, and it's possibly on color, so I'm going to go with that. Oh, Leafkin Druid. Is this on the wheel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's just another Leafkin Druid. Oh, no, it is on the wheel, because it was in my second pick. Well, I think I want that. That's easily the best card here. This Metropolis Sprite is fine, and Thornwood Falls is in the colors that I think I'm likely to try and go if I go the Elementals route. But this card's very good, and it's an Elemental as well, so I'm going to go with that. Here, I don't know, Diamond Knight doesn't seem super good to me. Bone to Ash can be good. If I go Elementals, I might be more tapping out a lot, so Bone to Ash won't be as good, but it's still the best card here, I think, so I'm going to take it. Alright, so Diamond Knight, random 2/2, or Wolfkin Bond. I don't know, they all seem pretty bad here. I could take a green card just so that I'm more likely to get green cards back from the bots, but I don't know how important that is. Diamond Knight seems best if I end up in 2 colors. I don't think I want to play any of them, so I'll just take the Diamond Knight. So I've got a red elemental card, I've got a negate, or I've got a sideboard, destroy a flyer, deal 3 to a flyer, destroy an artifact. I think this has the highest upside. If this weren't here, I think I'd take negate, but I'm going to go ahead and put this into my sideboard. This is the best 2 out of 3 queue, so there will be sideboarding. Feral Invocation, which I think is alright, or Artifact or Enchantment Hate. I think I'm going to take the Feral Invocation. I think I'm more likely to see more Artifact Hate come back around in future packs. Here's a random Elemental. I don't really want to be playing that one. And Inspired Charge. Wow, Dread Presence is really good. So is Murder. Unfortunately, I'm nowhere near black right now. I think Frostlinks is pretty good. It's also an elemental. Right now I only have 2 cards that work with elementals. Thicket Crasher might wheel. I think that card's fine. Howling Giant I think is pretty good, but I'm not really going down that path right now. So basically the question is, do I switch into black for Dread Presence because it's that good? No, I played a lot of blue-black at the pre-release. I want to try out this this Elementals deck if I can get there, so I'm going to go with the Frostlinks. But Dread Presence is a way more powerful card. If I had basically any black cards, I think I'd take it at this point. So another Frostlinks. Thrashing Bronodon can be pretty good, but it's double green, and I don't even know if I'm going to be in green right now. Shock's good as well. I think I'm actually going to go with this Frostlinks here. Still don't really know what my colors are. Boreal Elemental seems pretty good. It's elemental, it flies, it's hard to kill. It's also in blue, which seems to be the color that I'm least likely to give up at this point. I do like Thornwood Falls, but I think I'm just going to take this Boreal Elemental here. What's this? Protection from white. It's just an aggressive creature. There's this random elemental, another random elemental, cheap flyer. I think I'm going to go for the cheap flyer. It's blue, which is a color that I'm pretty much guaranteed to be in at this point. And it flies, it's cheap, it fills out a spot in my curve that's not very well filled out yet, especially if I'm trying to be aggressive. Frostlinks is better in an aggressive deck. So I'm going to go with the Metropolis Sprite. So here's that Smuggler that I mentioned earlier that works pretty well with this Lavakin Brawler. This card can be really good. It might even be main deckable because worst case scenario it's a 1/1 flyer for 2, which is not great, but it's better than a 0, which a lot of these protection cards are when you miss. Alternatively, I can take the Smuggler, which really combos with the Lavakin Brawler, and that's about it at the moment. Destructive Digger, I think, is a pretty reasonable later game card. I think I'm going to take the Drake. I think it just has a higher upside against red decks, and I am playing with sideboard here, so I may or may not main deck this. Well, red is clearly not open coming this direction. I could take Gift of Paradise in case I end up in these 3 colors. Veil of Summer is a pretty good sideboard card. And then I've also got a Metropolis Sprite. I'm going to hedge a little bit and take this Gift of Paradise in case I end up in 3 colors. Which Jungle Hollow doesn't really help me here. Marauder's Axe could be okay. Fairy Miscreant's only good if you get like 3 of them. I currently have none. I don't think I'm a Moat Piranha's deck. That's for control, so I'm not there. So I think it's between Fairy Miscreant or Marauder's Axe. I don't... I might be a Marauder's Axe deck. Yeah, I'll take the Axe. Let's see where I go from here. Alright, I've got Plummet for the sideboard. Uncaged Fury is not bad. You can get a lot of damage out of nowhere with that, especially on something like this. Brineborn Cutthroat seems like it could be pretty good, but in my deck, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4 instants right now. It is a 2-drop, and I could get more instants. It is not, however, an elemental. Plummet's also a very good sideboard card. But I don't know if I'm in green yet, which is sort of awkward since I'm most of the way through pack 2. I'm going to take this guy. Looks like it's... this wand doesn't seem very good to me. It seems kind of expensive for what it does. So I think this is between Gift of Paradise or Marauder's Axe. I'm going to keep this hedge up for 3 colors and take the Gift of Paradise. This is a bunch of garbage. I don't want to play any of these, so I'll just take a random card. I can take a Nature's End for the sideboard. So I'm still open to be elementals, but at this point we're almost to pack 3. I have very little payoff for elementals. On the other hand, Season of Growth seems like you need a pretty specific deck for it. And what do I have that targets my own stuff? I've got Rabid Bite. Has to be a spell, right? Yeah. So Marauder's Axe doesn't count. It's a creature. Yeah, so Gift of Paradise doesn't count. So right now I have 1 card that targets. Season of Growth does not seem good in this deck. So it's Fire Elemental or this Anvil Rot Raptor. Fire Elemental seems probably better for my deck, except that it's double red. I do have 2 Gift of Paradise, though, so I'll take it. I don't know if I'll play it or not. Alright, so this is between Goblin Smuggler or this really good sideboard card. I think I'm going to take the really good sideboard card. I think I'm more likely, well, I'm about as equal to be green or red at this point. I think this Diamond Knight's probably not going to make it in, though. I'll take the Veil of Summer for the sideboard. I guess I'll take a second Diamond Knight for the sideboard, and the Zephyr Charge for the sideboard. Alright. Flame Sweep seems like a strong card. The rare we got is the Chandra's Regulator. Chandra's Regulator does not seem good to me, especially because I'm not heavy red and I don't have a bunch of Chandras, so it's I'm definitely not taking that. Flame Sweep seems pretty strong, but so it wouldn't kill my Spectral Sailor. It does kill this guy probably. Doesn't kill any of the flyers. Doesn't kill that. Kills my 2 Frostlinks. So, I don't know. It seems medium in my deck. What else is there? This Destructive Digger doesn't seem great. I mean, it's fine, but I don't want to take it this early. Mask of Immolation seems not good a lot of the time. Sometimes okay. Plummet seems like a good sideboard card. I think I'm going to take the Flame Sweep. It's the more powerful card, and I could always sideboard it if I need to. Oh, there we go. Vivian. I mean, it's triple green, but I think that solidifies us in green. Reduce to Ashes is probably the next best. Well, Ember Holler is probably the next best card. neither of those are nowhere near Vivian. So we're going to go ahead and take Vivian. We're now definitely blue and green. Blood for Bones is a really good card, but I don't think we're there. Warden of Evo's Isle flies. Makes my other flyers cheaper, which, I don't know, we don't have a lot of them. Well, we've got this guy. But it's only it's a 3-mana 2/2 flyer versus Octoprophet, which I think is pretty good, but I'm going to take the cheaper card that flies. So we've got Scuttlemutt, which can fix our colors, or a Metropolis Sprite as a cheap flyer. I guess Unsummon or Plummet for sideboard are reasonable. It feels like I'm going to be in 3 colors, but maybe just like splashing this red. Unfortunately, my best red card is double red, but that's the way it goes. So I guess I'll take the Scuttlemutt. I've got a random green creature, a Befuddle, and I don't think I want any of these other cards. I guess I'll take a random green creature. What am I doing on creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one sort of doesn't count, but I'll still count it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Probably not playing this fire elemental at this point. So 11. So I probably need creatures. So I'm going to take this tracker. I can play this, or I can play this. Since I'm probably splashing the red, I'm going to go with the Metropolis Sprite. It's also a flyer. Anticipate's always playable if you've got room. There's also a combat trick. And this Renowned Weaponsmith does not seem good in my deck. So it won't be that. So Anticipator Growth Cycle. Well, a combat trick could be okay. Let's try that. There's nothing here for us. I guess I'll take the Reckless Airstrike for the sideboard if I splash red. Plummet for the sideboard seems better than a second combat trick. Disenchant for the sideboard. I guess another Disenchant for the sideboard. Plummet for the sideboard. A Befuddle, which I can actually play. I guess I'll play take another Diamond Knight, although I don't plan to play it, and Renowned Weaponsmith. So I'm going to have to cut down a lot of this red here. Let's see, is Chandra good enough? How many elementals do I have? 1, 2, if I play that one. 3, 4, 5. So it looks like I have 5 elementals. So her +1 is okay. Her -2 is still always good. She's single red. She's probably splashable. So maybe I'll keep her in. Flame Sweep kills my Cutthroat. So that's 1. The 2 Frostlinks, that's 3. And Scuttlemutt, that's 4. So it kills 4 creatures. That one's a maybe. Chandra's Outrage is double red. It's really good. What's my removal situation look like? I have Bone to Ash, Flame Sweep, Sword of Frostlinks, and Rabid Bite, and Sword of Unsummon. I gotta really decide here. I think I want to go way down on red, so I'm going to cut most of the red cards here. I think I'll even cut the Flame Sweep, but keep it in mind for the sideboard. And then we got Chandra and Lavakin. I said I had 5 elementals. So Lavakin seems alright. Chandra seems a little bit better, I think. Although her mana ability doesn't actually seem that good in my deck. Alternatively, I can cut like a Gift of Paradise. It does help play Vivian. I'm not really ramping to anything, though. So it does seem pretty bad in my deck. So I guess I'm going to cut a Gift of Paradise. And then I have Scuttlemutt, Evolving Wilds. I'll probably play 1 Mountain and Gift of Paradise. So I've got 4 red sources. It's probably alright. So this is 7, 8, 9. Is that 9 green sources? And 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. I'm going to cut 1 island for 1 forest. It's a little rough because I need the earlier blue, but that's alright. We'll keep it like this. Feral Invocation's interesting. I think I want to play it, actually. Might be better than this Drake. Let's see how many creatures we have. 13 creatures. I probably can't cut any. Seems better than Growth Cycle. It's only +2/+2 instead of +3/3, and it costs 1 more mana, but it's permanent. So I think I'll play that over that. I could play this Diamond Knight. How many blue spells do I have? I have 13 blue spells and 6 green spells. Probably not. So I have Plummets in the sideboard, I have some Natural Ends in the sideboard, Veil of Summer in the sideboard. Those are all things to keep in mind. And Flame Sweep. Alright, well, I don't think this deck's great, but we're going to give it a shot. Here we go for round 1. Alright, well, I don't have any blue sources, but I have 2 green sources. I have my 1 mountain. I'm going to give it a shot. Unsummon was not a good draw. Really like to draw an island so I can play this Drake and then Winged Words on the next turn. No, but we did draw a Fixer, so that's good. Evolving Wilds 4. Black. Green, black. Spider, okay. Well, clearly we're going to Gift of Paradise here. I'm going to put it on a forest. And then next turn, even if I don't draw a land, I'll have 4. And I can get 2 blue off the Gift of Paradise. So I could play this Cerulean Drake plus Winged Words. 2 spiders, huh? Found an island. So I have 5 mana. I think I want to draw some cards. So I could spend 2 on that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 blue and 1. To make sure it taps correctly. Oh shoot, it didn't tap correctly. Alright, so full control is not what I wanted. So I guess I just can't leave Unsummon up, but that's not the end of the world. Taking damage from spiders. Alright, playing an island. So if I play Vivian, that leaves me with 2 mana. I don't think I want to play Vivian just yet. But I do want to get this guy 1 bigger. So I'll have to plan to play Unsummon on their turn. They missed some land drops. So I think I'm going to go with these 2. That's 4 mana, leaving 2 mana up for Unsummon, and then next turn play Vivian. So I'm going to go like this, and play this, and I think I'm going to plan to block with the Drake if they swing with the Prismite. Okay, this is tapping it correctly, so I'm going to play this. I will go to blocks. I'm still not actually planning to block with it. Block the Prismite, see if they do anything, and then I'm going to unsummon a spider probably. Well, maybe not. I'll take damage from the spider this turn. They haven't played any spells, so their mana's still up. I'm now going to unsummon because I do want this Cutthroat to be bigger. Also, this will help protect Vivian on my next turn. Well, that Evolving Wilds was not a good draw. I guess we'll play this. Am I worried about... It's a bite, right? Yeah. So if they have a pump spell, that's kind of unfortunate. I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do the bite on the spider and hope it works. Hey Gabe, welcome to the stream. I am going to attack first. Oops, I forgot to pump the sprite. That was a punt there. Play this Evolving Wilds and pass. Okay, they're cycling their Blade Brand. Suppose you gotta do what you gotta do when you're mana screwed. Found that 4th land. Raptor. Attack and combat. I'm gonna go ahead and sack this. And I guess I will find an island. Doesn't really matter at this point. Alright, I'm gonna go plus. I'm gonna put a counter on each of these. And I want to be able to block that Raptor, so I'm going to just send the 4/3. And play this Forest and pass. And hopefully Vivian can carry me to victory at this point. Apparently it did. Alright, so I just saw green-black. I saw, what, 1 flyer, but I saw a couple of spiders. I only saw 1 artifact, so I don't think I want to side this in. This one could be good. So I'll play that. Could have a bunch of removal. The Drake seems worse. They're not in red, and they have a bunch of spiders. It does cut me down to 12 creatures, which is kind of unfortunate. My alternative is to play Diamond Knight. That doesn't seem very good. Alright, I guess this is good enough. Side an inspired charge? No, I don't think so, Maker. doesn't seem like a good plan. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. I can fetch the island with the Evolving Wilds. And I'll pass. I've got a random 2/2. Go ahead and sack this for an island. I'm playing the forest in case I want to play Vivian on turn 4. I can always play the second island on turn 4 if I want to leave Bone to Ash up instead. Vulture, okay. Gift of Paradise seems alright, but I think I want to get my flyer down. I'm going to have to take a hit from these other two. I don't want to send it in yet. Or trade it off yet, I mean, because Vivian's coming down. Probably. Spider. Alright, so I have a choice here. I think I want to get Vivian down and just leave Warden of Evos Isle back to block. It's really bad if they have a murder or some sort of removal spell, but I'm kind of running out of options here. My other option, I guess, is play Gift of Paradise on the land and then Rabid Bite their flyer. But then I still take 4. That leaves me with, what, 6 mana next turn, which isn't any better. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to play Vivian. Just hope they don't have a removal spell. Oh, it gives me the option in case I only want to put 1 counter on there. Alright, so they are willing to trade it. This is when it blocks, so I'm going to go ahead and block the spider. Another spider. Oh, there we go. Flyer. That's what I wanted to see. So I could Rabid Bite, Gift of Paradise and Rabid Bite. I think I'm better off playing the Elemental because then they have to sacrifice 2 guys into the Vivian. So I'm going to do that. Oh, it costs 1 less. I forgot about that. Does that help me any? No, because this only produces 1. So that it doesn't matter. So I will do that. And I'm going to put +1/+1 counters on each. I want them both above 4 toughness for the spider, in case the spider ever blocks. And I will leave my guys back. So I'm going to eat their guys. They have successfully killed Vivian, but they lost 3 creatures in doing so. And I got some counters out of the deal. That seems pretty good for me. Alright, so if I have 6 lands, I spend 3, so I can leave up Bone to Ash. Alternatively, I can play Chandra. I think I'm going to leave up Bone to Ash. They only have 1 card left. I can probably just leave it up for the rest of the game at this point. And my life total is plenty high, so I'm going to attack with both. I think we're just in a good racing situation here. Take my lumps. Awesome. Bone to Ash that. That worked out pretty well. Good enough to get them to scoop. Alright, moving to round 2. That worked out pretty well. Basically on the back of Vivian both games. Sometimes your deck's not great, but you have a mythic rare, and that's good enough. Oh, you're right, Maker. The people explode rather than scooping. It's, you know, basically the same thing. It's just cooler looking. One land, can't keep it. We'll keep this, and this is actually a really good curve. I'm going to be putting a land on the bottom here. 1, 2, 3 curve with all flyers. That seems pretty sweet. Let's click on this cat here. I like clicking on the scorpions. I want them to show up. Temple, that's a good start. Alright, end step, or whenever, we'll play our 1/1 flyer. Attack for 1 and play another flyer. If I draw a land, I'd even go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty sweet. Oh, it's kind of like a land. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send. And play my other flyer. See if they have a different color. They do not. They're a blue-green deck. Probably. Nope, they have black in their deck. Just already had the swamp. They might just be blue-black. They might just be playing the off-color temple. They also have a warden. Alright, I'm going to send with both of these. I expect they'll block the warden. I don't really want to pump the sprite, but obviously I will if they block, which they did not. So play this Evolving Wilds and the Scuttlemutt. I assume that they need it for their other flyers. Obviously I didn't need mine. So we're ahead on the board, but we're way behind on cards. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was how we were going to catch up on cards. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and sack this for my mountain. I realized that I could find a forest in case I get Vivian, but there's a lot of forest. There's only the one mountain. Oh, look at that. Immediately rewarded. So I think we're in pretty good shape. A big flyer causes us problems. Lich is pretty good. And it's too big for me to shock. We can shock that, though. Ooh. Frostlinks was good, too. Alright, I'm going to shock this flyer. It may be a bait, but it's good enough bait, so I'm going to do it anyways. Tap down their Lich. Well, that was unfortunate. It tapped me wrong. So I missed a point of damage, which actually could be a big deal here, because I had lethal in the air if I had that extra point of damage there. Anticipate, that's a good sign for us. Frostlinks. Alright. Frostlinks is an elemental. This is not. Well, I guess I'm going to go up because there's no reason not to. And I will attack with everybody. They have to block the Frostlinks. And I'm going to play the Tracker. So I'm still in a good spot here. I also have a shock available. Oh, that's a good card, but maybe too late here. There's only one, oh, 2 mana up. What's the last card? Not playing it. So I'm going to block the Lich because it's 2 damage, and 2 damage is probably just good enough. Oh, the last card's a flyer. Nice. Vivian is not going to get me there. So if I attack with everything, they go 5/5 on this guy, other one on this guy, take 2. So I'm trading my Warden for their Fairy. Yeah. Well, I'll play the Cerulean Drake first. And none of these are elementals, but I gotta leave Chandra available to shoot. That mistap earlier is a pretty big deal because I'd win right here if it wasn't for that. Still might be okay though. I'm getting punished for that green choice earlier, but the Chandra worked out for me. If I draw a forest, I can play Vivian. This can counter a spell that targets me. How many fairies have we seen? 2. I've seen 4 flyers. So they really want to kill Chandra. Do I trade my 1/1 to keep Chandra alive? Yeah, that seems worth it. A pump spell on the Tomebound Lich would be kind of unfortunate. Did not have it. Okay. You must have a creature or removal spell or something. Guess not. Okay. So they have a lot of flyers and they're blue-black. So this seems very good. And a plummet or 2 seems good. What seems bad? I don't know if I like the axe. Befuddle's probably not good enough here. That 1/3 Death Touch guy is so good. Let's see. Axe might be cuttable. I didn't see much removal, so Feral Invocation seems fine. So I guess I'll cut the axe. Cerulean Drake is cuttable. So do I want the axe back? Do have a lot of flyers, but so do they. So this is good enough. It was Nissa and Tezzeret in the opener, but now it's Nissa and oh, is that Tez? Never mind. 1 land. Guess we got to mulligan that. Yeah, I'll keep this one. I think I'm putting a forest on the bottom. My mana looked good because of Scuttlemutt. So I'll go ahead and put this on the bottom here. I get to keep Veil of Summer up for a while. Probably doesn't matter. Spells you control can't be countered. So I guess if they like Mind Rod me on turn 3 or something. Found a Plains. That's interesting. I wonder if they sideboarded into a different deck. No, maybe not. So I have Plummet at instant speed if they play a flyer, which that is not. So I could play something to block with that, but that's not great. I could play Gift of Paradise, so I can guarantee Chandra next turn, which would then kill Audacious Thief. That seems alright. I'd like to get on the board, but the only way to get on the board and guarantee Chandra is by playing Scuttlemutt, and then it's killable, and then I'm in really bad shape because they get to draw an extra card. So I'm going to go with the Gift of Paradise, let them have their first card. I mean, they're going to get their first card anyways, but this way I don't have to trade off a creature for it. The Lich is pretty good too. However, oh, they played another creature. Alright, well I missed on land, but I can at least play this Chandra to keep them from drawing more cards off the Thief. They can't kill Chandra on their next turn without something else, so that's okay. Yeah, they're going to send the Lich at me so they can loot. Yep. It does leave a shock available on Chandra. And played nothing, so that's good. So I can play this Warden here. I can leave up the Veil of Summer, and I'll just plus Chandra. Now they have to send the Lich at it if they want to do any damage to it. And I can pass. What I get with Evolving Wilds is interesting. I could go get a forest because I have all green cards. On the other hand, I could get an island so that I have the double blue without the Gift of Paradise. But I don't think the Gift of Paradise is going anywhere, so I don't think it matters a whole lot. Frostlinks is a bummer. No, it's fine, because I can give it hexproof and draw a card. Yeah, so they want to make sure Chandra gets off the table if I want to use up the shock, which seems reasonable. And I'm going to go ahead and sack this. I'll get an island. Found another land. Let's see. I think I want to play Scuttlemutt, so I have 4/6 mana. I guess I'll play Scuttlemutt, and then this leaves up Spectral Sailor and Plummet or Feral Invocation. So I think my game plan right now is Spectral Sailor to the win, or for the win. I'm going to keep not attacking. I do still want to protect Chandra as much as possible. Okay, so I think I'm going to block with something and Feral Invocation. The question is what? The obvious choice is Warden, but that means that removal is better because that's the one they want to target anyways. I might need the mana from the Scuttlemutt. I think it's less likely though. So I'm going to go ahead and block with the Scuttlemutt. and then invocation it. Oh, that's a good one. Luckily, I have a plummet. Alright, so I'm going to plummet this one. And I do have to start attacking, because eventually they can draw that Cavalier again. Put 2 on the bottom, alright, that's a good sign. I'm going to leave the fairy back, or the warden back, to block a fairy. I realize this means that I don't get to draw a card off Spectral Sailor unless I minus on Chandra, but that's okay. The 4 damage seemed more important here. Anticipate. Maybe they're continuing to dig for that Cavalier. And Chandra takes another hit. This is about the worst that Tonebound Lich gets. Keep Chandra down a loyalty counter and gain 1 life every turn. It's much worse than looting every turn like it can do, or killing creatures with a death touch. Bloodthirsty Aerialist, okay. And I'll go ahead and play the Spectral Sailor. So I'm going to attack with the Mutt and hope that they triple block. I don't know that they will, but I'm going to give it a shot. Or single block, okay. I'm going to go up again. I'm going to play this Brightwood Tracker. And Chandra I might let Chandra die here. I'm not sure. To the Bloodthirsty Aerialist plus the Tonebound Lich. I could actually kill the Tonebound Lich at some point if I wanted to. But all that does is keep Chandra around a little bit longer, which isn't doing much right now. Oh, they're not going to attack the Aerialist? Looks like they're not. Alright, do I want to block? I could block and trade. I'd probably block with the Warden and the Brightwood Tracker. The Tracker's not as important when I have this Sailor here. Yeah, I'll do that. Finally get this guy out of the way. If they have a combat trick or something, I can unsummon instead. They're deep in the tank. What are they thinking about? Oh, Blood for Bones. That was a good one. Let's see what they bled for bones. Probably that, they have a Frost Lynx and a Tonebound Lynx. Or Audacious Thief. Tonebound Lynx. Frost Lynx. Sorry, I'm mixing names up here. Tonebound Lich is what I meant. Alright, so I'll have to shoot that Thief, which I'll do right now. Do I want to trade the Scuttlemutt? It'll probably be okay. That Lich is problematic. No, they don't want to because they want to be able to kill Chandra. Well, what they don't know is that I have a creature in my hand that's going to block it and trade 1 for 1 with it after I unsummon their Aerialist. Alright, let's get this guy out of here. Alright, they still have the 2/3 flyer, which is still somewhat problematic, but I can draw cards now. I have, what, 4, 6 mana? Another Thief. Oh, it tapped it wrong. Oh, no. They only have 2 black. Oh, they finally dealt with the Scuttlemutt. Alright, land was not a great draw. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and draw a card. Land, also not a good draw. Well, I'm going to go up. I'm going to attack the Sailor because I'm definitely not blocking with it. I will block the Audacious Thief if I get the chance, because otherwise they can just kill Chandra and draw a card, which seems bad. So I'm not real stoked with my spot here. I have 15 cards in library. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Draw something. Well, Frostlinks was not a bad draw. How I tap it doesn't matter, but if I make an effort to tap it a particular way, it might represent that I have something in hand. So I'm going to do that. Well, I'd really like a Vivian Reed, I think. That'd be a nice draw. Portal. Well, that doesn't seem very good. I guess it's a combo with the fairy. How many fairies do they have? Oh, they have 3 fairies. Interesting. Well, Plummet was a good draw. I could finally trade off the Chandra here. Yeah, they're empty-handed. I guess it's time. So I'm going to shoot the Blood Burglar. And I'm going to plummet the Aerialist. And just attack him. Their Miscreant can kill Chandra, but that's the way it goes. Hey, Majobi. Uh-oh, they drew another flyer. That's bad for me. And a 2/3 flyer, no less. Alright, well, I gotta draw something here. Vivian's not even super good. Oh, they're giving their card Pseudo-Vigilance. Nice. The flyer's not bad. But I have no attacks. Ooh, Winged Words. That was a good draw. That's what I want to draw. I want to draw my Winged Words. Drew another flyer. That one can get pretty big with the pump. I'm going to go ahead and just take this. Attack. Because if I draw Vivian, I want to be able to protect her as much as possible. Have I played both of my plummets already? I have. All my sideboard cards have been played. Well, I don't have any attacks. I guess I can play a land. I'll do that. Well, it's going down here from here. I'm going to take both of these. I'm going to have to start blocking really soon. Well, that buys me a little time, I suppose. Alright, so do I want to actually get damage in, or do I want to prevent damage? I could get in 4, putting them to 12, or I can prevent 4 for 1 turn. I'm going to go for the damage. It may not be the, it's clearly not the most conservative play. Oh, you know what? They can bounce it. I didn't even think about that. What I was thinking is that I get to attack twice as a result of this, but not really, because they can portal the guy that I tapped. So that was probably wrong. Oh, that's unfortunate, Majobi, that your internet can't handle streams. Hopefully you get that better soon. I know you've had that problem earlier, too. Alright, well, I can't attack with the sprite again. Yep, so there's that. I think this game's over. What? Oh, they played that wrong. They forgot when they bounce their guy, they lose the 1 toughness. Well, that worked out for me. Okay, so I'm just going to attack with the Lynx. I assume they're going to play their other flyer, and I probably have to trade with this Fairy Miscreant. Can you do this at instant speed? Yeah, but only on your turn. So I guess they could bounce this instead of trading it if that's what they wanted. Alright. I need like a Vivian would be pretty good. Oh well. Now Vivian's just okay. No, Vivian's still really good. Well, I drew a guy. That's not bad. How about I attack first? This is a straight bluff. Ah, it worked. Look at that. The magic of holding cards in your hand. Still losing this race. But, you know, I could still draw Vivian and be in good shape. Obviously, I'm blocking this thief. Oh, they can bounce the thief. They can just keep drawing cards off of it. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I think I have to draw Vivian this turn with the plan of attacking with the Lavakin Brawler. Oh, well, now I think I'm just dead. I don't think I have any outs at this point. My previous plan would have been to attack with Lavakin Brawler. There's the Vivian. To make it big enough that it can shoot down the Eagle and then buy myself a turn or two. Can I do anything? The Brawler would attack as a 4/4. If I give it 2 counters, it's as a 6/6. They might block with the Cavalier just to not die, but then I'm still dead on the crackback. Alright, well, I'm just dead. You were too late, Vivian. You were too late. Maybe she thinks she can just hang back because she's got that bow. She can just shoot things from a distance. But it wasn't good enough. Not this time, Vivian. Okay, so they have a lot of flyers. Is Reckless Airstrike worth it? Off the splash. I also had a Scuttlemutt. That's also a hit. I mean, I can't really cut any creatures. So I'd have to cut, like, Unsummon. That might be good enough. Reckless Airstrike might be better than Unsummon. I'll try that. Alright. Let's see if we can take this second match here. The mistakes my opponent made were not good enough for me to catch up. I lost the top deck battle, but perhaps I can still win the war. They're doing some serious sideboarding here, apparently. Well, thank you for the wish from the top deck gods, Maker. But we shall see. Ooh, all green sources. With a double blue card. Plummet's pretty good, but I can't do anything with this mana. I think I gotta throw it back. Oops. That was a misclick. I meant to mulligan. I guess I really need those top deck gods to have mercy on me now, huh? A Vivian would be pretty sweet. Turn 3 Vivian. Oh, look at that. Top deck gods are with me. Still no blue sources, but turn 3 Vivian's pretty good. No negate. Don't have negate. Yes. Alright, let's get this train rolling. Alright, well that's not the worst. One blue source would be pretty good. I could play this elemental, Boreal Elemental. They can destroy a tapped creature. Is that what's happening here? Vivian's taken 2. How do you check your sideboard for the Vivian ability? I don't know. Well, that was not a good draw. I think I'm going to just try and keep Vivian alive for the moment. An Unsummon would be really bad for me here, but I haven't seen one yet. Lich was good. Alright, come on, blue source. Give me a blue source. Blue source. Oh, that was kind of like a blue source. I'll take it, I suppose. So I could use Vivian to kill the Lich, but then Vivian dies. I mean, I get to eat one of these other guys, but then Vivian dies. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go up 1 again. They have the ability to attack it with the Lich, and then I'll have a Boreal Elemental on the next turn, and then I can minus on the Vivian. Maybe. Depends on if they play a creature without flying. They have 6 mana now. Spiring Captain. Oh, I think that means they get to kill Vivian. If they think I don't have anything. Are they going to go for it? Or are they just going to hit Vivian for 2? They're going for it. Well, I guess I'm just going to eat this one. I don't think the mana is super important, so I'm just going to kill the bigger guy. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Alright, go find our blue source. I'm going to play a land, and I'm going to go ahead and hit with this big guy while the Death Touch creature is tapped. And play a flyer. So I think I'm still in a pretty good spot. Even if they play the Cavalier, I have Plummet for it. Yeah, Aerial Assault, alright. Nothing I could do about that one. Except for not attack, but that wasn't going to happen. I gotta let him loot. I don't have to, but I'm not trading the Elemental for it. Our second blue source. That allows me to leave Bone to Ash up. I think what I'm going to do instead, though, is play this Brightwood Tracker. The reason I'm going to do that is because then I can leave mana up for Bone to Ash, and if I don't use it, I can activate the Tracker. So let's just hope they don't draw something really good this turn. But if it's really good and is flying, I at least have Plummet as a backup. Where's the Scry going? To the bottom. Alright, well, gotta let them loot. I'm definitely blocking the Captain. They might have a trick, but if they have a trick, they have a trick. Alright, what's the play? Ah, they had a removal spell. Well, that's unfortunate, but that removal spell isn't going to kill my next creature, so that's something. Fortunately, my next creature is unplayable, so I don't think I can attack this turn because I need the creature to hold back the Captain and the Scuttlemutt. I still don't know that I'm ready to trade for the Tomebound Lich. Yeah, I don't think I can yet. Then I just take a whole bunch of damage from the other guys if I don't draw something to play. Alright, this is the turn I want them to play the Cavalier, so I can Bone to Ash it. Yeah! Getting paid. That was unfortunately a poor draw, though. Let's see what we can find. Another island. Well, I think I'm still on the sit and wait plan. Blood for Bones is pretty good. So they get their Cavalier back. I get to Plummet it. Alright, so I think I'm going to kill No, I'm not going to kill it with that on the stack. they're going to get to scry away or shuffle away their best two cards, worst two cards. But I don't want to give them more hits to find the Cavalier again. I think I am going to kill the Cavalier before the Tonebound Lich hits me, though, because they may be expecting to draw their top card. Well, it's interesting, because with the Scry 2... Oh, they're not even going to attack. Okay, well, no, I'm going to do it. Alright, I need some help. Come on, Dak, help me. How many plummets is that? Just one? Oh. I did not realize that that was during their main phase. Am I ready to trade? I mean, I have to do something here, so I guess I'm going to send. They did trade. Guess they like their hand enough. Alright, top deck gods were good to me at the beginning, but they're not holding on, so... Oh, good. Well, that's probably it. I could still top deck a plummet, but I'm still in bad shape if that happens, so I'm probably dead now. Deck them? Yeah, that seems kind of unlikely. They still have 17 cards. Alright, I think we can call it there. Well, that's alright. We got beat by Cavalier of Gales. That's a good one. Vivian couldn't hold on far enough. Well, let's see if we can get a second win out of this deck. As I said, I didn't think this deck was super good, but Vivian's really good. I'm a bit short on creatures. I don't have a lot of removal either. The deck's just full of just kind of junkers. Maybe you should have switched into black for that Dread Presence, I don't know. This is kind of awkward, but I'm going to keep it. It's awkward because I need to hit an island off the Evolving Wilds, but I also have a red card in my hand. But I definitely have to get the island. Well, I can actually give it a turn. It could punish me if I draw my blue 2-drop. Well, alright. Now I have to get the island. Maker, the drafting portion did not go super well. I didn't see very many super powerful cards. I did see Dread Presence in Pack 2, but it was very far from black at that point. Alright, so this Frost Lynx is going to tap down the Audacious Thief at least for a bit. Maybe buy me some time to get to this Elemental if I play the Frost Lynx number 2 next. Now I definitely need that. Alright, we got there. Tap it down again. A 3/3, that's not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and play this Elemental and hope they don't have a removal spell for it. If they do, I'm probably in trouble. Well, that's not a removal spell. Oh, well, that's pretty good. They only have the one vampire right now. I guess they can give their guy Death Touch. No, that's kind of unfortunate. Well, I think I still have to block it. So I'll do that. Because otherwise they just keep drawing cards. Vivian was pretty good. Is that what I want to do? I don't think that's what I want to do yet. I think I want to play this Warden first, which they can kill at the Vampire of the Moon if they want. But I'm going to play this plus the Axe. And then if I draw a land, I can go Vivian, equip Axe, and probably kill Sorin, or get it very low. If I just played Vivian that way, I'd have to basically just plus on the links and pass. Then if they have a removal spell, then I'm sort of in chump block mode, which is pretty bad. I see, now they're going to sacrifice it. Oh, or do that. Do I want to play Vivian? I think I still don't. I think I want to try and get Sorin down, and then maybe I can bite the vampire, which is a funny thing to say, because normally vampires do the biting. Rocker for Life, the name comes from Invader Zim, from the episode where Zim gets a zit. I'm going to play this Metropolis Sprite, and I'm in pretty good shape to kill Sorin next turn. Alright, do I want to double block? I don't think so. I think I'm just fine taking 9. Because Vivian can do some work afterwards. Alright, do I want to risk them having a removal spell? What are the chances that last card's a removal spell? Let's see. I think I want to go up with Vivian. Yeah, I'm going to go up with Vivian. I'm going to put it on the 2 Lynxes, because I'm going to plan to block with them. And I'm going to attack here. And I'll leave back the Sprite just in case. I don't think the 2 damage is worth Vivian dying. Not that I think it's super likely, but it's certainly possible. Maker, I will not play Constructed today. I only have 35 minutes left. If I lose out this round, then I don't know. We'll see at that point, but seems unlikely. I haven't built anything for M20 yet. Alright, I think I'm going to block these ones to actually get creatures off the table. Oh, that's really bad for me. Well, now what? Well, if I put counter, I could put 2 counters on something so that it doesn't trade. Or I can bite something. I think biting something is about the same, except that it makes Vivian go down on counters. So I think I'm gonna go up, and I think I want to keep this around. Temur Elementals is good. I haven't actually seen any of the decks play, so it might be, but I'll have to look at some deck lists and see what that looks like first. Okay, am I blocking with the Cutthroat? I think the plan will be not to, so I can leave a Bone to Ash, and it's just a chump block anyways. Something to, no, alright, I guess we're just playing the Brian Shaman, or Brian Born Cutthroat. So I can bite now. If I bite, the vampire comes back, but then I can block with the Cutthroat. It's only a 2/2. That seems fine. Alternatively, I could just add counters and plan to block that way. I guess I'll put some counters on stuff. If I attack, I'm dead to a removal spell. So I guess I won't attack. I probably should have equipped the axe, though. Alright, play a creature. I want to Bone Dash something. Alright, so I am going to block here. Hopefully they don't have a combat trick. They do have a combat trick. And there's my punishment for not playing the axe, or for not equipping the axe. Alright, so they have 2 inspired charges. That's important to remember. Okay, so I am going to bite this time. To keep them off of some life there. And I'm not dead to a removal spell here, so I am going to attack. Start eating into this life total. Maybe they'll give me something to Bone to Ash. I think I probably telegraphed my Bone to Ash at this point. Uh-oh. I hope they don't have a Soul Salvage here. That'd be bad for me. I saw them highlighting their graveyard, which is why I was thinking that. And they do. Well, I get to Bone Dash one of them. Probably the Thief. I think I am going to trade the Brawler at this point. Because I just need to get that guy off the table. I don't want them to just keep gaining life. They can have the Cutthroat. Then I will counter the Thief. Draw me a creature. There we go, that's a creature. That is also a creature. Alright, so I want this to tap correctly. Play this. I guess I can axe it up. And we're going to throw some counters around. And get in there. I'm not super worried about a removal spell, because, I mean, that would be a bummer, but if they do, I'm not just dead because of the Spectral Sailor. I missed a point of damage there, that was dumb. Oh, they had 4 of them. That is unfortunate for me. I may have to stop attacking, but I can draw a bunch of cards with the Spectral Sailor. Chandra, that's not bad. I'll do that. And shoot down one of these 2/2s. And I need to get this 1/1 flyer big enough that it does not die to a 2/2. So I'm just going to put both counters on there. And the plan will be to draw a card when they don't attack. Play that Foot Soldier, and what is their other play? Hopefully it's not too bad for me. Nothing. Oh, they're sending them all. Think they have another Inspired Charge? Well, I'm blocking anyways, so let's find out. Oops, that's a double block. That's not what I want. Alright, so an Inspired Charge kills this, but still trades. Alright, +2/+2 does kill the Spectral Sailor and doesn't trade, but that's alright. Pass the damage, I'm okay with that. They might have another one of these 3/3s that kills something that a Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. Oh. Okay. Well, that guy can get really big. So they can pay 6 to give it +X/+X, where X is their life total. They have a lot of life total. I need to find something here. Gift of Paradise is not that something. Let's draw some more cards. I think I played both my red cards, so I can tap that. Draw some more cards. Feral Invocation. So I have to start racing down here. I'm going to kill this 2/2 so that I only have to worry about one creature. Oh, I can just bite it. Of course I can just bite it. I don't think I'm worried about haste creatures, so I am going to send everybody. I have lethal next turn. Oh, I should have played the Gift of Paradise, because there's the 3 damage gain 3 card, which if they draw it I'm dead to, unless I had played Gift of Paradise. Whew. Good, they didn't draw it. That would have been kind of embarrassing to lose to. So let's see. So they're black, white. So this Veil of Summer might be good. I didn't really see a bunch of flyers, so I don't think I want Plummet. I didn't see a bunch of artifacts and enchantments. If I see some pacifisms, maybe I board in this Natural End. But until then, I will leave it out. They're not red, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this Drake. And we'll do it like that. So Inspired Charge is something I need to keep an eye out on. So be careful of Inspired Charge. Yeah, that's right, Maker. Bullet dodged. I think they had already played one that game, but they easily could have had 2. It is a common. This hand is almost good. Any land gets me to Scuttlemutt. A blue land obviously makes this hand good. I think I'm going to keep it on the draw. Could go very poorly, but I don't think it's super likely to. Well, apparently my opponent's just going to mulligan themselves into oblivion. I think they're at 4 cards right now. Yep, 4 cards. Alright. Well, we found a fixer / mana ramp card, but But I do have to draw another land. Any land will do. Although Evolving Wilds would be funny, since I wouldn't actually be able to play anything next turn if I drew exactly Evolving Wilds. Hope they don't have a vampire in their hand. Oh, that is a bummer. What am I discarding? Is that Scuttlenut? Because I have the Gift of Paradise? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Maybe they sided out their lands to avoid mana flood? Yeah, maybe, although it doesn't seem to be working for them. They seem a little flooded right now. It seemed very important to my opponent that I understand that the game is going poorly for them. Alright, I think we're just going to Frost Links here. If they want to sacrifice the Blood Burglar to kill the Lynx, that's okay with me. They do not, which makes sense. Let me go find my island here. I've got to get Sorin down a little bit. I'm going to play the Elemental here on this turn. I might Feral Invocation next turn to finish off Sorin. We'll see how things look then. And then I can always unsummon this Blood Burglar afterwards to get the counters off of it. Foot Soldier, that was a good draw. Well, this is probably as good as they could hope for on a mold of 4 like this. Alright, so I could kill Sorin this turn, but it involves... Oh, well, now I have Rabid Bite. I was going to say it involves having to use the Unsummon, but now I can Rabid Bite the Soldier. That's probably better if I unsummon the Soldier. It's less mana efficient. But that's actually okay, and it's not because I can play the Spectral Sailor too. So, okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 for this Feral Invocation, which is going to go on the guy they definitely can't target. I'm going to go blue, blue for this Unsummon and the Spectral Sailor, and then we're going to kill Sorin. And then next turn I can Rabid Bite the Blood Burglar if I need to. Everyone's got a Legion Conquistador on a mold of 5 and 1. Yeah, well, that's basically what's happening here. Although I'm going to get ahead right now, I think. Rabid Bite these guys. And I'm actually going to send the Frost Links because I expect they'll block and I'm going to befuddle it. And then the next one I can Chandra down. Or I can play that. Alternatively, I can play the Warden plus the Sprite. I think I'm going to play the Warden plus the Sprite. Alright, let's see if I can get this to tap correctly. Nope, sure can't. I guess there's a setting I have to turn off somewhere to make that work, but oh well. It just means I don't have the blue up for the Metropolis Sprite pump. Yeah, I'm gonna block, because even though this is an elemental, I am lowish on life. I'm gonna go ahead and Chandra and shoot this one down. Might have actually been better to play the Lavakin Brawler because it blocks, but that's alright. It could block, and then I could Chandra next turn and shoot down a guy, which is about the same, except I have an extra attacker. They found that 5th land, second black source too, but they're just going to keep playing 2/2s. Yeah, Maker, thanks. I know how to turn it on, I just didn't know that I would need to. That's pretty good. That flies and has Death Touch. Oh, well, that was pretty good too. Sometimes you just get lucky. We're going to bite here to there. They're giving me the good game this time. I agree with them. And as long as they don't play Planar Cleansing, I think I've got this one. Oh, they gained some life there, but not enough. Alright, we got to 2. Think we can get one more in? I'm going to try and get one more in. I agree, Maker. Better to be lucky than good. Helps to be both. Alright, we're going to play first. Well, this looks like a good hand. The mana's a bit awkward, but that's alright. I am going to Evolving Wilds for this island. I realize that I have Vivian in hand. Well, you know, I don't need to get this Spectral Sailor down on 1. Nah, I'm still going to do it. I could get punished by drawing an island here, but that's alright. Well, that vampire was not what I wanted to see on turn 1. Island. There you go. There's a reward for getting that island. Another black-green deck. Alright, this guy is a 2/2. It gets +1/+1 counters if they get tokens. Axe is not bad. I'm going to go ahead and play the Sailor rather than pump the Sprite. Do need to hit some lands here. Maybe a couple of green ones. That would be nice. If I hit a single land, I can draw a card off this Sailor. Well, it's not a land, but it's kind of like a land. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attack, just to keep their life total down. Obviously, I'm losing this race right now, but I don't want to trade anything for the champion. At least not yet. I could get punished by getting big, but I don't think green does a lot of tokens. That's interesting. So they could have the 3/3, and I really need the Scuttlemutt, so I'm going to go ahead and not block. If they don't have the 3/3, sweet bluff. I'm talking about the Dire Fleet, whatever it's called. 3/3 when it comes into play. Oh, they had a Feral Invocation. Well, wasn't a bluff. I did draw that land I wanted. That's cool. So I could have unsummon. I could leave unsummon up. I have effectively 5 mana. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I think what I want to do is go 1, 2, equip the axe to Scuttlemutt so that I can block the 1/3. And then I think I'm actually okay trading the sprite at this point. Except I tapped my mana wrong. No, it's fine because I have Scuttlemutt. Ferocious Pup. Oh, that's kind of a bummer because now they're going to get a counter on the champion. Bone Splinters. Alright, what do I want to do here? Do I want to unsummon it? Or do I want to unsummon their vampire? Or their token? I think I have to let it go, unfortunately, even though that puts me further away from casting Vivian. Because I think this vampire is too big. Alright, so a land would be good, so I can play this elemental. Whoops. Meant to block there. That was a point of damage I didn't need to take. Well, that was not bad. I think I want to kill the vampire with this. So I have to be willing to... No, I think I'm just under too much pressure. I'm going to kill the wolf. And it does give them the option to kill Chandra or make me trade. But if they're killing Chandra, then that's effectively life gain for me, which I kind of need right now, so that's alright. I'm going to not forget to block this time. Uh-oh. Well, I'm very far from casting Vivian, so I'm going to have to exile that one, unfortunately. Looks like we chose correctly. So I guess I'm going to send... Oops, that is not what I meant to do. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, I am not going to send that now. This darn misclick's getting me. Well, that's bad news. I think I'm just dead now. Alright, I am dead. I definitely made some mistakes in that game. But I think I was just too far behind the whole game. My mana was a little rough that game. Okay, so what colors were they? They were green, black. So I could play this Veil of Summer. That seems alright. I saw, what, 2 enchantments? So Natural End is a thought. I didn't see any flyers, so Plummet's no good. Flame Sweep, is Flame Sweep any good? How many hits did they have on Flame Sweep? I saw the Ferocious Pup, the 2/2 that gets bigger with tokens as long as it doesn't have a token. They played the 1/3. That's probably good. So the real question is, what do we cut? The axe can probably go. They're not in red, so the Drake can go. I think I want to keep Befuddle because I think there's going to be a lot of combat in this matchup. So I'm going to put in this Veil. I think I'm going to play the Flame Sweep. I don't think I'm going to put in Natural End over Unsummon. I think Unsummon can serve effectively the same purpose and can actually counter it if it's the +2/+2 one. And I think Unsummon would be my cut because I can't really cut any creatures. And I think all my other spells are better. Bone Dash is a consideration, but I don't think I want to cut that. So let's run it back like this. I'm going to play first. This hand seems okay. I might get punished for keeping it, but, you know, I'll give it a shot. My hand's mostly blue. I have islands. Alright. If I hit one land, I'm in reasonable shape. My hand could do something. Obviously, I'd like to hit a couple more than that. That was not a land. Alright, I need a land. Come on, land. Land, land, land. Darn it. So I don't think there's anything that punishes me for making the sprite a 2/1, so I'll go ahead and do that after it attacks. Not doing anything else with my mana. Apparently my opponent is thinking very hard about letting me attack. Okay. This cat is not very exciting. Just turns around and roars. I wonder if you can like level up the cat and it does more interesting things. I will pump. And hope to draw a land next turn. Anything else I can click on? They have also missed their land drop. Oh, we found the color we need, but unfortunately not the land. They found a creature, but not a land. Alright, come on, land. Darn it. This is not working out. I'm going to have to discard the hand size this time. I have the Scuttlemutt, so color's not really an issue. I think it's going to be the Bone to Ash. I don't think I'm ever going to have a chance to leave that mana up. Their lifelinker certainly makes this take a lot longer. I missed a land too. Oh, that's a sweet one. I'm glad that's not coming into play. Alright, I found my land. I think it's going to be a Scuttlemutt, so that opens up my options for next turn. If they miss a land again, that allows me to Chandra, and then I can shoot down the vampire. Oh, they found their third land as well. Oh, they're murdering the Scuttlemutt. Keep me off those colors. Alright. Winged Words. So I can play it. The problem with playing it is that even if I hit a land, I guess I wouldn't have to discard, but I don't get to play anything else. So I'd rather just play some more flyers while they still don't have lands. Try to race them out. Alright, they found a creature to play, but it doesn't block flyers. Still did not find a land. This could be a turn for Winged Words. I think it is. I think the Frost Lynx is not important to get in because it's not really going to get through. Ooh, Rabid Bite's good. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that and kill the vampire. And this life gain here. I could have played the Druid. That was a fair consideration. Because then I could play Lynx and then the Druid would tap for 2 mana. And I could play something else that might have been better, but I wanted to stop their life gain so I can try and win this race here. Nice, they attacked with the pup too. So ferocious. Look how ferocious this pup is. Alright, so I have 5 mana. I think this looks like a Frost Lynx and a Leafkin Druid to me. Oh, nice. Still get in for 3 in the air, though. And play this Druid and pass. Hopefully we'll draw a red source at some point, but this Moonkin Sprite can definitely end it for me with the Feral Invocation on it. It's a lot of ferocious pups. Looks like Bone Splinters? Yeah. I'm glad I hadn't played the Invocation yet. They're just sacking their pup. The cat is eating the dog. Alright, I think I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. I want to try and end this race. No, there's no reason to tap the blue. I can tap the green. So I've got them dead next turn if they don't do anything to the sprite or play a flying blocker or something. I see no reason to block with the Lynx because if it matters I couldn't befuddle next turn. Alright, let's see if this is lethal. Uh-oh. They have a murder! Alright, well, that's why we kept the befuddle. Actually, I probably should have kept that in my hand because they have the exile a card out of your hand card. Alright, so I'm going to go to blocks, and I'll befuddle the one that the Lynx is blocking. Don't tap like that. I don't know what I'm going to draw, but I'd like to have my mana open in case it's relevant. I drew a blank. It's unfortunate. Pattern Matcher. Wonder if they have any more ferocious pups. Apparently not. Frost Lynx, that was a pretty good draw. Tapped it dumb, but whatever. Alright, so now they can block with the pup, or go to 1. Block with the pup makes sense. Another Pattern Matcher. See if they have another Pattern Matcher. Nope. Okay. Alright, obviously I'm blocking here. I think I'm not going to block the wolf so that I can double block Pattern Matcher, and then I would take 5. That's lethal, but if I draw any creature it's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Well, darn it. These top decks are not working out for me. That will do it. Well, sometimes you just don't get there. But hey, it's 8:01, so good timing. So that was my first Core 2020 draft. It did not go great, but we'll do it better next time. Thanks for joining me on the stream, and I will be back. I don't know when my next stream will be. Probably this weekend is what I'm thinking. Maybe Sunday. I will hopefully see some of you there. If you hit subscribe, you will find out when I'm on next. Thanks for sitting in with me. Take care.